Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's Iskra Lawrence.
What?
Hey guys, it's Molly here again for another video. We've known each other for almost a year now.
We have.
And this is the first time we're like getting to finally just like be in the same city, hang out, chill. It's not work. But I'm excited to share this with you guys. We have the doll.
Our favorite.
A dozen. I got
So
you a dozen
excited.
milk jar cookies, you guys. If you're ever in LA.
I've been late for a flight and nearly missed it because I had to stop and get these cookies.
And so I was gonna get them for us anyways, but once you said how much you love them, I was like, no, I'll just get her 12. So really, this was actually the reason we started filming, because she was like, I could really go for a cookie. And I was like, well, let's start filming then, so we can enjoy the cookies. And I usually get the chocolate chip, just keep it simple so I don't get disappointed. But you said your favorite was
The white chocolate raspberry.
but I got one of your favorites for myself too, so I can try out your favorite.
Yay.
And today, I'm gonna be making Iskra try some new things.
Some I'm excited about, some I'm terrified by.
I feel like maybe you're like a slightly picky eater. Would that be?
That would be correct.
Today we're doing pickles and chocolate pudding.
I think the chocolate pudding will be fine, but I'm also a little bit concerned about the texture.
I want to dig into the cookies.
Yay.
So while I sit and munch on this delight, can you give like the rundown for everybody on who you are?
What do you think? Have you tried that one before?
Why don't
It's
you share it with
nice.
Iskra?
Yeah, you could give me half.
Yay!
I'm not into white chocolate, and I still like it.
Oh, I'll go.
You
Well,
guys
there
can
we
see
go.
how yummy it looks.
How's this
Oh,
going?
and there's go.
But we started off with something yummy that we both love.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't even know if I can look at the object that you want
The
to eat.
pickles, she's very concerned for. If I get a burger, because we're both burger girls.
We are bad
We
girls.
love a good burger.
Yeah.
I ask for extra pickles every time. I think we should ease you in with pudding.
Okay, alright then, we'll do it that way.
Okay, but before we do that, I do want to get into like who you are in
Yes.
case anybody doesn't know, because you are body positive queen. To be brief, you've been in this industry for what, 16 years?
16 years. It's been a long time. So I started modeling at 13. Remember doing this fashion show, and I couldn't fit into any of the sample sizes. And in fashion shows, you're literally butt naked, you're behind the scenes with all different other models, and the stylist was literally turned around and could see what was happening, and was like, why is this fat model here? And I was about 14, 15, and I was just like, I didn't cry then, I held it in, trying to be strong, but I just remember then looking at my body, and I was like, why isn't my body like this? And then I got dropped from that agency I was repped by, because my hips were too big. I started on the journey of self-loathing and body dysmorphia, which is when you look in the mirror, you see your body in a different light. So to me, I saw it as fat and ugly and disgusting, and much bigger than it actually was, because I was like a UK 8 to 10, which is only what, a US 4 to 6. You're talking about 2 inches on your hips. That's all that was wrong with me to them. And then I remember they gave me this piece of paper, and it had 10 different agents on, like the top ones in London, and I went to literally all of them and applied. I just took it all like that was my work.
How are you not supposed to feel insecure?
That's my
like, how are you
value.
not supposed to feel bad about
Yeah.
yourself?
So I took it upon myself. I've always been a competitive person and a perfectionist. I would have this kind of like image visually of like what I needed to look like, a girl that isn't me. So how was that even possible? I remember being with commercial agencies, and they started to be a little bit more forgiving. So you know when we shoot with Airy, for Airy,
So we met because we're both Airy
we met
role
because
models.
of Airy. So growing up, most brands, and still to this day, most brands will only order a size 0 or a small for their shoots, because that way, say they're shooting, I don't know, let's say 20 looks in the day, that's just 20 samples in a small. But if you want to shoot a diverse campaign with models of different sizes, then you have to order, like Airy does, the small, the medium, the large, the extra large. And to get all of those samples from a factory is a hell of a lot more work, it's a lot more time, and it costs a lot more.
Yeah.
Because, someone like me who's a 12, I know a lot of girls that are 12 some are top heavy, some are bottom heavy. Like, you hold your weight in different areas, so there's almost more diversity of shape the larger you get.
I have a sample size story for you.
Oh, you do?
And it's gonna make you cringe. It was probably 4 months ago.
Whoa.
I was booked to do a shoot. I sent my sizes 2 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah.
They requested sizes.
And it's not like people can't see us, they know our size.
Exactly. So they booked me.
Yeah.
They asked me for my sizes. I sent all my measurements, my shoe size, my dress, like everything.
Yeah.
Full body measurements. They had every measurement on my body. 2 weeks later, I show up to the shoot and I was very nervous because Airy is the only brand that I've truly had like a really easy time doing a shoot for.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I end up having to wear my own clothes because they don't bring clothes that fit me. I'm very short. A lot of brands, like when I go for shoots, I'll tell them like, guys, I want you to recognize I'm very short, but I'm still curvy. So like, it's a different kind of body. It can be hard to shop for.
Yeah.
And I almost always end up wearing my own clothes. Like Airy was the first, and because I genuinely have grown up wearing Airy my whole life, I knew I had no fears going into the shoot because I know what sizes I am in Airy, and I know that Airy fits me. But this shoot I go in, they spent like 2 hours almost trying on like every outfit they had, and the hair and makeup girls were like, I feel so bad, nothing's fitting. The stylist and her assistant were like acting like I was the problem.
Yep.
And they're like, everything they put on, they'd be like, yeah, it looks great. It looked awful. It was the most ill-fitting, like it was clearly the entirely wrong size. They would put like a slip dress on that's made for somebody with no hips because it doesn't have any tailoring to curves. And so my hips, it would be stretching over my hips and bagging over my boobs.
Yeah.
Like, and it just looked awful, but they were trying to just like get a look done. And then the stylist assistant, I'm in the bathroom and I was like, do you think anything, like I'm feeling so bad about myself, knowing that I'm gonna have to go and perform in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling so down. And the stylist assistant, I was like, do you think anything will fit me? And she goes, you know, we usually shoot models that are model sizing, you know, so we pulled samples for models, and you're obviously just not a model size. So you know, it's gonna be really hard to find something that fits a body like yours. I get that when you're pulling from sample rooms, like you said, like they create the sample sizes for the traditional model size. I know that there was a few pieces that they had put on me in the dressing room that had been bought from like Neiman Marcus and stuff, because she would say to me like, you have to be extra careful with this because and so I was like, if you did in fact not pull everything from sample stores and you did go to places like Neiman Marcus and Saks, you actually could have paid attention to the sizes and bought them and not acted like once we got here, clothes don't fit because my body's the problem because I don't look like a model. Guess what? I was booked for this shoot just like you were. So clearly the brand wanted me. So don't be acting like my body's the problem. And it upset. I was so livid. I was so upset. And the reality is, like you said, like going up from a 2 to a 4 to a 6, that's a 2-inch difference on your hip. That's it. That's the entire difference. And for me, I'm a 4 now, but for most of my life, I was like an extra, extra small, 00, like very, very petite. And even when I was a 00, even when I was an extra, extra small, I had hips. Always. It's not about like how much weight you have. Like sometimes that's our build. I'm like, my body's bone structure is that I have hips. And you know, it's like, it's crazy that these are real human bodies and it doesn't matter about like what the number on the scale is. No. These are human bodies and it's okay,
and
whatever
all
form they come
and they're all beautiful. And for people to think that the piece of fabric is right and your body is wrong, that you know, like that you live in and that you were created to be in, it's absolutely horrendous. Lying, the pickle is like lying, and then it's got like a blanket, aka a napkin, just covering it, but the head's poking out, and it really looks like it's having a nap.
It's resting up to
I don't think
your
it
tummy.
wants to be eaten. I think it's exhausted.
Speaking of eating, I think we should eat the pudding.
Okay.
Here you go.
And you get the
I get the
matching
fox.
cat. So this is cold? Is it like fridge cold or is it room temp?
room temp.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. I guess it's a bit like yogurt, but chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad it's not powdery. I wish it was like melted chocolate. It's not too bad.
That's why I like it when it's really warm, like homemade. Because then it tastes like you're eating just warm melted
what's
chocolate.
in it when you make it homemade. Comment below if you've got any good chocolate
To
pudding
me,
recipes.
this reminds me of childhood.
Really?
I would get them occasionally in my school lunch. They don't have arrows in America, do they?
I don't think so.
Missing
I
out.
think they might. I think I've seen
Really?
Really?
I think.
Comment below if you're in America and you guys have, because I'm Canadian and you're British and we both live here now, so. We were
I'm
on
still
the.
getting used to the pudding, by the way.
Okay,
I'm
keep
like nibbling on it.
You keep nibbling and seeing what you think.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember.
I reckon I'd like it if it was colder. Not that I don't like it. It's interesting.
But one of the things that I immediately loved about you is that we were like sitting in the makeup chair the first day of the shoot, and I was so nervous because of experiences I've had on shoots in the past, and because that, you know, currently at this point in my life I'm the heaviest I've ever been, by about 20 pounds, and that's all gone on in the last like 2 years. So I'm still like kind of adjusting to like loving and accepting new like bumps and lumps and shape, you know.
One saying I love is people obviously you call your body your home, but sometimes it feels like a house that you need to redecorate, or it's newly renovated and it's going through changes, and you're kind of learning to figure out and get used to it and kind of feel
living in your
at
new
home
space
again.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That is
Yeah.
such a good analogy. Well, that's how I feel like I moved into a new home and I'm still adapting. And so obviously with Airy we were doing like swimsuits and stuff, which is as exposed as you can pretty much get, and so I was like very intimidated to be on this big set, big crew, you know,
strangers.
I was like the shortest girl of the 8 of us, and
no retouching,
and I knew they were going to be blown up to like the size of windows, and
literally.
you know, I'm just going through all these things in my head, like, oh my god, I'm like so pasty, and I'm so, you know, like I had all these like insecurities, even though I was so excited to do
that's
it.
what society's told you.
Exactly, and it's like, it was the most exciting brand I've ever gotten to work with, because literally like it was my dream brand. Like months before, my manager was like, you know, I want you to get more into working with fashion brands, like what would be your dream brand? And I said Airy.
Oh.
And then they ended up reaching out a few months later, and I was like, I just really I love their Real Me campaign.
Yes.
And he had never heard of it, and I like told him all about it, and I was just like, I just think it's so incredible. And because, like I said, I've been wearing American Eagle since I was like 11 and I'm 25, and I've been wearing Airy for like the past 6 years. So for me, it was just like, I was meant to be, and so I got it. Even with all of that, I was still like, oh my god. And I don't retouch my Instagram photos, but I was like, oh my god, when I take my Instagram photos.
Yeah.
We choose what we post, but I was just like, this is terrifying.
That's what you're comfortable with, and you still feel like you've got that control. Yeah.
And then you sat down in the makeup chair, and you're like eating a big egg sandwich, and I was like, she doesn't, you know, like you just don't think of like, you think of models on set like not eating so they're not bloated, and like you hear about all of these like model hacks of like, you know. So one thing I know, and I want to talk to you about model hacks since you've been in the industry so successfully for 16 years, but I know one of them is like, I always thought, and so did my mom, that we just had that pocket of fat. And that like that was a family thing.
Just you two?
That was like a weird family genetic that we get fat right here, that bulge of fat. Because you don't see it in magazines. You don't see anybody with that bulge of fat.
Or you pose. Goodness.
So I realized through working with Airy, the pose, you put your arm like that and you don't see the pocket of fat, or you go like this and you don't see the pocket of fat. And
or even subtle, you know, just a little bit.
The arm back.
Yeah, just the shoulder back. Yeah, because this obviously,
so like when I was talking to the girls about it at like the Airy shoot, they were like, everybody has that. And my mom was like, really? And they're like, yeah, girls just in modeling know how to pose to take it away, or know how to like that they know will get airbrushed.
And it's sad that it becomes second nature to do that, because for me, I was used to people picking images where I would either have my legs spread more so it looked like I had a thigh gap, or like you said, not this pocket of fat,
or tilting the hip back
to make the thigh gap, and even stomach. I've never done a swimmer in lingerie campaign. Bearing in mind I've been working already for over 10 years in the industry, no one would ever pick a photo of you where your back fat or back roll is showing, or you'd get retouched. So I remember when Airy posted a picture of me sat down and I had some rolls and I was twisting, and I guess my first instinct was like, they picked that one? Like, you know, almost like, why would they pick that one? But then I thought about it and I was like, because I look happy and confident and really comfortable in my own skin in this lingerie. And then I was like, this is really deep when I think about this, because we just haven't seen it. And what happened was that photo went really viral in a really horrible way. You know, one of those really bitchy Twitter accounts?
Yeah.
They, it was the time when Airy was shooting Emma Roberts and she was in the American Horror Story.
Mm-hmm.
So they posted a picture of me with the caption, "The True American Horror Story."
Oh my
And it went viral, like,
god.
something stupid like millions of retweets and everyone just commenting on my body. And people being like, "Oh, she's disgusting. What's wrong with her stomach? Has she had a C-section? Has she got a disease? She's like a fat cow, da da da." But then I would say 70% was like, "Wow, thank you for showing what a real body looks like when it's sat down."
Yes.
Like, my body looks like that. So for me, it was this. First off, it was just shocked. I mean, when you go viral for the first time, it's terrifying. And when you have people just commenting on you, like it's their business.
As if you won't see it either.
Oh
like,
yeah, as if
people
you're
like
not human.
People forget. People will even comment on my videos, on my channel, and be like, "She seems really this today." And I'm like, you don't have to say she, you can say you. I'm reading them. It's my comment section. And you know, it's like people forget. And there's been times where people have like said things like about my voice. Like I remember I got one comment that were like, "I think her videos are great, but her voice is the most annoying thing I've ever heard. I can't listen to it. She blah, blah, blah." It was going on and on about my voice. And I replied and I was like, "Hey, just so you know, like I had a vocal injury, you know, at this point it's been 10 years, but say this was a couple years ago. So like 8 years ago. And I had to like relearn to speak, and my voice really changed through that. And like it's been an insecurity and something I worked through ever since. So maybe just remember that when you comment on things like that, like you don't know what somebody's been through." And she was like, "Oh my god, I am so sorry." She like deleted her comment, and I was like, why did it take me replying to you and recognizing that I saw it and that is an insecurity of mine for you to feel bad about saying it?
I know.
You know?
If we just took a second to think, is this actually nice? Am I putting out positivity? And if you're not, then just don't. And it makes your life more positive too. I'm sure no one feels good about being mean. You can't.
No.
You know, like, surely you'd feel better if you were putting positivity out there, I'm pretty sure.
Speaking of being mean, I'm gonna make you try it.
Oh, goodness. The sleeping pickle.
The sleepy pickles.
Why are they so...
Bring on the pickles.
They look wider than a normal pickle, no? Mine's got juice running out of it.
Okay, would you like this one then?
Oh god, the smell.
Oh man, see, to me the smell, like, yes. I love deep fried pickles with a little like ranch sauce.
Oh goodness. Yeah, oh my god, you're straight in there. Alright.
You can spit it back onto the
just
plate.
for you.
Or
This is literally just because it's you.
I love you.
Okay, come on, Iskra. You got this. I just jumped off a cliff the other day. I can eat your pickle. Oh, what flavor is that?
Dill. It's dill pickles.
Okay, I'm chewing it. Okay, I'm getting through it. I think the worst of it is over. I'm just trying to like not taste it. I can't believe you like this. I've never tasted something more disgusting in my life.
Oh, come on. Miss Meat and Potatoes over here. Woo! Go Iskra!
I took the smallest bite. You're gonna literally think I'm pathetic. If I would have eaten any more of that pickle, I would have thrown up.
Look. She did it. She had a bite. Good for you, Iskra. I'm proud. And you can now tell people that you've tried a pickle.
I know, because that's one thing that Philip does get upset with, because I'll just be like...
Her boyfriend, Philip.
That's my boyfriend, Philip. I'll just be like, ugh, I don't like pickles. And he's like, how do you know you've never tasted one? I'm like, valid, but I just know. Like, I knew I wasn't going to enjoy that.
Now you can officially tell him.
Wow, that flavour is so weird. It was sort of sweet-ish, but very sour.
Yeah, it's definitely sour more than sweet.
But it's crunchy but wet and slimy.
Yeah.
What a weird combination. I thought it was going to taste like a slug, but I've never eaten
like
a slug before. So funny. One of my friends so into pickles. Her birthday cake was like pickle-shaped, pickle thing. So weird. We're just not into them in England, I feel like.
Okay, if you're in England,
I
comment
know,
below.
we were asking for that. Okay, all the English people are going to be like, don't
I'm from
speak for
England
me.
and I like pickles.
Right? No, but all the English people up in arms.
You get like 500 unfollows of pickle lovers from the UK.
Pickle Lovers UK. If that's probably an actual tag. I need to find that. We need to go look at that hashtag.
We'll start the hashtag Pickle Lovers UK.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Love it. That's what you need to comment below. Hashtag Pickle Lovers UK if you are from the UK and love pickles.
You do.
We need to start that hashtag in the comment section.
Yeah. And then forget it ever happened. Yeah, with Airy for over 5 years now. So yeah, it's been a beautiful
And their campaigns have grown and evolved so much over the years.
So much. In fact, Airy Real Life, if you are an Airy lover and you don't know about it yet, Airy Real Life has this whole website platform where you can access a ton of videos and actually now a ton of content where we do real talks, which are live events where we have panel discussions, and some of it's pretty educational as well. Like I always learn a ton from those events. And then I've also done 3 workshops with an amazing lady called Jess Wiener.
Oh, she's incredible.
Right, and we've done one about body confidence, and we've done one about bullying, and we've done one about social media. And like those were 2 hours to film, and we did like worksheets, and you can get all of that on Airy Real Life.
I love that. So great. And you work with like L'Oreal and a ton of other brands as well. Like she's just a freaking powerhouse, and I honestly think you have been like such a leading face and a crusader for changing the industry.
Thank you.
Like for changing the modeling industry and for opening up so many people's eyes and for holding brands accountable.
Yeah.
One thing I love is that you don't let brands Photoshop you.
No, and one thing I think, like following on from that, I feel proud of, or I hope that I've been able to do, is allow other people to be vocal within the industry, because I feel like when I came into it and I started not photoshopping my pictures and talking about that, and also talking about some of the discriminatory factors in the industry, I feel like no other models were talking about it, because we have contracts that tell us we can't talk about these things, we can't talk about money or rates, and it just felt like we're very controlled, and you have to keep the industry happy or else you're blacklisted. So I feel like by me being vocal, firstly my agents were terrified, because they were like, no brand's going to want to work with you, they're going to think you're a nightmare, but I really just stuck to my guns, and luckily Airy was there and they supported me being real and being vocal. And so I hope it allows other models to just know that they can be themselves, and you can stand up for something you believe in. And yeah, it might cost you a few clients, but would you want to work with them anyway? No, because if they're not happy with you being vocal or standing up for things that you feel that are important or empower you or empower others, then
you don't want to empower them and support them
No.
to make more sales.
Never compromise yourself, your body, your mind, your passions, anything like that for a brand.
Paycheck.
Yeah, and for a paycheck. I've made that mistake in the past, and I grew up and I learned from it, and I realized I had my own individual power, and you can say no, and it, like, never again. So
Can you give me some like behind the scenes like tips, tricks, secrets that like models in the modeling industry does to fool us as consumers?
oh gosh, well, yeah, there's all sorts of things. So it's not just Photoshop. You've got to imagine when you see an image, sometimes there's over 2 hours of hair and makeup. Our whole body could be a different color. You could literally be tanned on set, or you could be made to be paler on set. You could be made to have every single freckle, every single tattoo removed from amazing makeup, because you literally have professional hair and makeup artists who are the best in the business. I've had wigs that have completely changed my look just for one photo shoot. You've got fake eyelashes and hair extensions, and you've got makeup that can make your lips look bigger, or contact lenses. I mean, it's actually endless the way they can manipulate and change you.
They can make you an entirely different person.
They can, and you have to be careful, because there is definitely a part where it's artistic,
Right.
and it's fashion can be a fantasy, but when it's made to look like it's real, that for me is the danger zone. And that's why actually social media, I think, is such a tricky thing to navigate, because quite often it feels like, oh, that's some girl that just took a quick selfie, or she's a girl next door, but yeah, and for me that's where it's even more jarring, because we're viewing it potentially in the safety of our own home I feel like we are more educated, so when we're flicking through a magazine and we see some, you know, dramatic shoot and a gown, I feel like we can kind of think, okay, well, it's a photo shoot, there's probably this that's gone on. But I feel like sometimes social media is made to look real and it's not, which is kind of more scary to me.
When I started doing YouTube, I really wanted to be a relatable role model.
Yeah.
Because I think
it's also more it's also better for your mental health to be that person.
less pressure on you as the creator.
I mean, I can't even imagine how hard it would be to have to just be perfect all the time. I mean, even right now, if we were like super concerned with I mean, we just couldn't even relax.
Yeah.
You know, every time you walked out the house, you would have to put on this kind of perfected illusion, and it's like, oh God, you know?
How exhausting and
So
how much
exhausting.
pressure
And
to
you lose
separate
yourself.
Yeah, like your own self-identity would be hard to separate from who you're portraying and who you are. And I think, you know, some of the people that I have met in the industry who are unhappy is that identity crisis of like, who am I supposed to pretend to be when I'm out in public versus who do I get to be, and who do I know that I can be who I am around versus who do I have to keep putting the act on for. And you know, I feel sad for those people because I think your followers would love you just as much, if not more, if you showed who you really were. And isn't that a beautiful thing, that you can be honest and vulnerable and open with your following and they'll still love you and support you.
But it's also scary when you have complete full vulnerability. So I definitely, as much as you want to share everything, I think having a little bit of privacy to your life is also so important. And I think I handle it in a very organic, natural way. I don't let social media pressure me into thinking I have to share, or I have to post every single day, or I have to be Instagram storying every single second of every experience. Like, I definitely take time out, and I've gotten much better at that. Even just with my phone in general, not looking at it, not having it on loud to interrupt my real human moments with my friends and with my family. Even when my glamour cover came out, literally, which is huge.
Which, congrats, that's insane.
I know, I just dropped that in there. No,
It's so casual. You know, my glamour color.
But it was my mom's birthday the same day, so I quickly checked my phone in the morning, and then I did see a couple of people post it on Insta stories, but I was like, with my mom, it's her birthday. Like, that whole world can wait. It's like the cover is not going anywhere. It's out, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I kind of spent at least 2 days just with my mom and being in that moment, and then I like posted about it. And I would hate to feel that need that posting is more important than real life.
Yeah, and I feel very confident in, and I don't know if this is because I started in social media older than a lot of people do, and with that comes a bit more maturity and self-identity. I also had gone through, you know, a lot of soul searching and therapy and things like that prior to starting what I do now, but I feel very confident in that I am my own person, and social media is what I do. I am not my followers. I am not my likes. I am not my views. I don't look up the views on my videos. I don't look at my growth on YouTube. I don't pay attention to those things because I want to do what I do for the right reason, which is why I started to share my life, to educate, to break barriers, to motivate, and so I don't feel intermingled that like, oh, how many followers or likes I get equals how attractive I am.
Because if you
equals
let
how successful I
that
am.
be the reason why, I mean,
It's a slippery slope.
I know, and that's sometimes why I think we can find social media so draining. And in a way, yes, you can be looking at it, but you're bored of it because everyone knows what to post that gets them the most likes and follows. It's like the same content. And it's just boring, quite frankly. So it's like, imagine if that was the only reason why you did it. Like, I think it's very important to just stay true and be like, this is what I like doing, this is me, this is what I'm going to share, regardless. I mean, for me personally, I'm a swimsuit model. Like, that's really where I came from. And I know I could post a swimsuit photo every single day. I mean, if you go on the Airy website, there's like 100 photos of me probably right now. So it's like, I could easily just post that Monday, Tuesday.
Whenever I'm shopping on Airy with my mom, she's like, oh, it's Iskra.
And so it's like, I know that those get me likes and follows, so I can do that, but it's like, no, I also want to post this.
You're not a woman who stands in a bikini 24/7. That's not your identity. But I love that you might be a swimsuit model, but girl, you can put food down.
I know, let me try.
Every time we're together, we're always eating. So I'm gonna give you these.
Ooh, these are tasty.
Wait, we need milk. It's
Sorry,
cereal.
I know, but I can't help myself. These look so fun.
So these are Fruity Pebbles. I've never tried them either, but they smell like
Oh, you're gonna love
they
these.
smell like Fruit Loops to me.
I've never had
Can
Fruit
somebody
Loops.
comment? Are these the same as Fruit Loops, just crushed up?
Wow.
Because to me they smell like they're Fruit Loops, but like crushed up.
I like
Mama
these.
B to the rescue with the milk. I should let you pour because I'm too blind for this.
Well, listen, I'm also not very well coordinated with things like this, so okay,
Alright.
Gallup's come running in to try and help.
I want
Okay.
milk, but I'm usually a dry cereal person.
Oh.
Not that I eat cereal, but
Oh
when
my
I do.
goodness, the milk! I can't
Okay.
even. Where's the milk going?
I
It's
think
just
that's
getting
probably
absorbed.
enough.
Can you go in? Can you find the milk?
Yeah, I'll find the milk. Oh, yep.
You found some?
Yep.
A little bit? Is it moist enough?
Mmm.
Okay, I'm gonna try and pour mine in the edge here. Oh. Oh, it's nice. Oh, we both tried something new today.
I feel like it tastes like Fruit Loops
Mm.
a little bit, but I think I prefer Fruit Loops.
Oh, really? I love this texture.
Oh yeah?
But I reckon it could get soggy pretty quick.
I prefer the texture of a Fruit Loop.
Mm.
It has more bite to
Is
it.
that like a Cheerio?
Yeah,
Oh,
Cheerio
I like
shape.
Cheerios.
They're like a Cheerio shape, but like bright colors, and I used to get them like once a year as a kid as like a treat. Here, Mom.
Not as
Do you
good
wanna
as
try?
milk jar, but
It does look quite yummy, actually.
It is.
The colours are lovely.
colours are really nice. They do
I
look
feel like
very
that would
good.
be a cute Insta photo.
Are they
would
Rice
do.
Krispies? Like Rice Krispies?
Mm,
No.
a little bit. Well, mixture between
Texture kind of, I guess,
Rice
yeah.
Krispies. Yeah, it'd be cool to just be in a bath of that. I can imagine Molly doing a picture where she's bathing in whatever these are called.
In
Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. I would do that.
You would.
Yeah, I would.
That life.
Catch up on Oh, speaking of you catching up on social media,
Okay.
you just started a new YouTube channel.
I did, yes. It's called All In with Iskra. Yeah, I've been wanting to make video content for so long, and I really struggled to kind of do it on my own. So I found this amazing team, and yeah, we've put a whole new channel out, and it's going to be talking about everything. Again, exposing certain things about my life or about the modeling industry in particular, and I talk about my relationship, and me and Philip are on there, kind of sharing my love story.
Who I can't wait to meet.
I know, I'm sorry, you had to work today. But
I'm sad, but it's okay next time.
definitely next time,
Now
because
that
I'm
you're
going
gonna
to
be
be
out here.
in LA a lot more, but that's all to come as well. I'll be sharing that on my videos.
So we filmed a video for her channel. This
did.
will be up first.
Mm-hmm.
So head over to her channel, subscribe so that when the video that we did on her channel comes out, you guys can check it out. She also did a video with Lily and Jocelyn, who we all know and love.
But no, our video is really cool as well because we're talking about fashion and we're styling ourselves in our favorite pieces of denim. So yeah, I'm excited.
And you've had so many crazy, like, cool accomplishments. Like, you came out with that lipstick with L'Oreal a few months
Yeah.
back.
I did some partnerships with Airy and we launched the Nida collection. So the money went to the National Eating Disorder Association, and I have my own line coming out soon again. Tease it and then give you some more information when I can.
And you had perfumes with
I had
Airy.
4 perfumes, yeah. The perfumes were really special, and I mean, we've talked about that.
That's something I desperately want to do one day. I just need to figure out how, because I feel like scent is such a personal, connective thing.
Yeah.
And being blind, like, I'm really into scent, and I'm really, like, focused on scent. But yeah, I think it would be really cool to, like, create my own fragrance that I can then share with my audience, so we can, like, connect through that fragrance together.
It's really special.
It's so special. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to get some tips from you,
Yeah.
figure out how to do that, because let me know, give this a thumbs up, comment down below if you guys would be interested in, like, me doing a fragrance, and if you guys would, like, buy that or be interested or think it was cool, because I feel like that would be, like, the coolest project I could ever possibly work on. I'm like a sweet mixed with citrus. Like vanilla and citrus.
Freshy. Okay.
Fresh.
I like that.
Fresh with a hint of sweet.
Mm.
That's my vibe.
There you go. It sounds quite like you. Like your personality.
I need to smell some of your perfumes.
You
I didn't
do?
smell any of
You
them.
haven't? Oh my
No.
goodness, I don't know how that even happened.
I know. I'm gonna have to pop over to my Airy store and.
Well, I think they've sold out. They've gone now, yeah.
Oh wow! Look at you, Miss selling out. All right. Okay, I don't know about you, but with those 12 cookies sitting there, I cannot wait to delve into a chocolate chip with a big glass of milk. So I think we should wrap this up. This has been such a good chat.
It's been so
You're
much
such a
fun.
rock star. I just love you so much.
Oh, I love you
Thank
too.
you for being in my life and for inspiring
Thank you.
so many men and women to embrace and love who they are. If you do not follow Iskra on Instagram, she's literally just at Iskra because she's that legendary that she just gets to be at Iskra.
Oh,
You should join her fam. Definitely check out her YouTube channel. Like I said, all that stuff will be linked below where you can find her. Check her out.